Good morning, sir. Are you Daryl Sneed?
Yes, ma'am.
And Ms. Holmes, will your client waive the formal reading of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Sneed, in cause number 25 DCCR 1800, you're charged with a second-degree felony offense of burglary of a habitation from April 29th of 2025. And how do you plead to that charge? Are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
Yes, ma'am.
And are you pleading guilty because you actually did what they charged you with? Speak up, please.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. I have here on the tablet some documents that have your signature on them that the state's marked as exhibit number 1. Before you sign these, did you go over them with Ms. Holmes? And do you fully understand them?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you understand, if I follow the agreement that you've made with the district attorney, that you'll be waiving or giving up any right to appeal?
Yes, ma'am.
And it looks like the agreement that you've reached is for a 5-year deferred probation. There would be a $500 fine, and you would be required to follow all of the rules and conditions of probation. Is that your understanding?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you also understand, if you're not a U.S. citizen, that a plea of guilty or no contest may result in your deportation, exclusion from admission to the country, or denial of naturalization under federal law? State tenders number 1.
No objection.
It's admitted. Is there any evidence that Mr. Sneed is not competent?
No, Your Honor.
All right, sir, I'm going to find that you entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily, find that you're mentally competent and understand the nature and the consequences of that plea, find sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, I'm going to reset your case for sentencing so that the probation department can do a pre-sentence report. That'll give me more information about you and your case, and then we'll come back later for sentencing. Mr. Nichols, what's?
His criminal history is very limited, Your Honor. I have no objection to a bond pending sentencing.
Okay, and so Mr. Sneed, what I'm going to do based on the nature of your plea is reduce your bond to $1,000. I'm going to make a condition of that bond is that if you cannot have any contact or be around or go to the habitation of Billy Davis. What is that address?
595 Ashley.
2595 Ashley. So you cannot go anywhere near that location. Okay, that's part of your bond if you make it. If you make your bond, then it's very one of the first things you do is go to probation so they can start that report. If you don't do that, then you run the risk of me not accepting the plea agreement and things could be worse. If you're arrested for anything between the time you make bond and come back for sentencing, obviously I don't have to accept the agreement and things could be worse. And then finally, if you violate that condition of your bond and have any contact with or around the address that I just stated, then you obviously run the risk of me not accepting the agreement. Do you understand? All right, we'll see. Yes,
I'm
ma'am.
sorry. Mr. Sneed wanted me to ask if the court would consider a personal recognizance bond.
At this point, because of the nature of the offense, I want to make sure that there is some bondsman. It's as low as I can make it at 1,000, so that if he makes that bond, at least there's someone making sure those conditions are being followed based on the nature of the offense. Okay. All right, you can go back with the bailiff.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
In this courtroom hearing, the judge addresses defendant Daryl Sneed, who is charged with a second-degree felony burglary of a habitation from April 29, 2025. Sneed confirms that he is pleading guilty freely and voluntarily, and acknowledges that he committed the offense. The judge ensures that he has reviewed and understands all legal documents with his attorney, Ms. Holmes, including the consequences of waiving his right to appeal and potential immigration impacts if he is not a U.S. citizen. The plea agreement includes 5 years of deferred probation, a $500 fine, and compliance with all probation conditions. Finding him mentally competent and his plea valid, the judge accepts it but delays sentencing to allow for a pre-sentence report. Due to his limited criminal history, the court reduces his bond to $1,000 with strict conditions, including no contact with the victim or presence at a specified address, warning that any violation or new arrest could void the plea deal and lead to harsher consequences.